Welcome back to my History Channel. Today we will talk about one of the most classic battles in history, the Battle of Dunkirk. The sea is usually a place of freedom. But in May 1940, the sea was a dead end. In just 6 weeks, Hitler's Blitzkrieg war machine had crushed Europe. The Allied armies, the elite forces of Britain and France, were completely defeated. They were cornered on a narrow strip of French coast. Its name was Dunkirk. 400,000 men, surrounded on 3 sides by German tanks. On the 4th side, cold ocean. They were not waiting for victory. They were waiting for death. British Prime Minister Winston Churchill had already prepared a speech to announce the greatest military disaster in history. He predicted only 30,000 men could be saved, but he was wrong. Because he didn't account for one factor: the insane courage of ordinary civilians. To understand why the situation was so hopeless, you have to look at the geography. The beaches at Dunkirk were too shallow. The Royal Navy's large destroyers couldn't get close enough to pick up the troops. The only hope was the mole, a wooden breakwater over a kilometer long. Thousands of men lined up on it, exposed to the open sky, acting as target practice for the German Luftwaffe. Every hour that passed, hundreds of men fell. In London, Admiral Bertram Ramsay received the order to activate Operation Dynamo. But he knew the Navy didn't have enough small craft to reach the shore. He needed more ships, many more ships. And so, an order unprecedented in military history was issued. Requisition any vessel that can float. They called it the Mosquito Armada. Imagine, weekend white yachts, fishing boats smelling of oil, Thames River barges, all heading out to the open sea. The craziest part? Many of these ships weren't piloted by the Navy, but by their owners, fathers, grandfathers. They refused to hand their boats over. They said, "This is my ship, and I'll drive it into hell myself to get the boys back." They had no weapons, no armor. They only had life jackets and courage. They sailed straight into a war zone where the German fleet was waiting. Their mission was simple but incredibly dangerous. Rush into the shallow water, pull soldiers over,
get on the boat, move!
And go back.
Incoming fire! Keep moving! We're clear! Pull away!
Under a rain of bombs. But the story British pilots. Where are you? The truth was, Spitfire. June 4th, the operation ended. The final number shocked the world, not 30,000, but 338,226 men. Over 1/3 soldiers were snatched from defeat. The soldiers returned feeling like defeated men. They bowed their heads expecting criticism. But no, they were welcomed with hugs, hot tea, and bread. The British people understood. As long as the men survived, there was still hope. Winston Churchill famously declared, "We shall fight on the beaches. We shall never surrender." Dunkirk gave birth to the Dunkirk Spirit. It is extraordinary unity in the face of destruction.